Hey, thanks for watching. Do me a favor, hit the bell and the subscribe button. I appreciate it. And now let's talk about something really, really important. We've all been stuck home for far too long, and I don't know about you, but I need someone to talk to other than my wife and kids. So Friday, May 8th, I'm going to have a trivia contest right here live on YouTube. And if you hang out with me in the comments section and get some of the questions right, you could win this stuff. Miller Welders is partnering with me on this deal, and they're going to give away a Multimatic 220 AC/DC TIG MIG stick machine right here. This will work in your home garage no matter what kind of electricity you've got. They're giving away auto-darkening welding helmets. We've got gloves for fabricating, TIG welding, MIG welding, even an ArcStation folding weld table. We have everything you need to fabricate your hot rod when you're stuck at home. So watch the end of this video. I'm going to tell you exactly how to enter, and in the meantime, we're rebuilding the fuel cell in my 1967 Chevrolet C10. Check that out. This custom aluminum fuel cell came from Brothers Trucks way back in, my goodness, I think 2007. And back then, this C10 had a carbureted LS2 in it, and this is a Blazer-style gas tank that they sell. Fuel fill used to be over here, fuel pump used to be here, and over the years, that got capped, the fuel fill became here, the fuel pump became here, then the sending unit got moved here. None of this works for what I'm doing right now. So in this video, we're going to cut the welds off the top of this thing, build an entirely new top, and guss it and baffle the inside of it for going around corners, and then we're going to install a brand new drop-in Holley fuel pump that will support a lot of horsepower. We'll go into that a little more specifically later, and right now we're going to get it out of the truck and start cutting. Well, it's time to put our fuel cell back together again. Newbern has already built us a new top with the right amount of holes in it. He's made baffles for the inside of the fuel cell to keep the fuel where it needs to be, right there in the sump, under the fuel pump pickup, no matter how fast we're going around corners. All I've got to do now is TIG weld all those aluminum pieces back together. And to do that, I'm going to use my favorite machine here in the shop. This is the Miller Welders Multimatic 220 AC/DC. This is a multi-process machine. That means you've got a stick welder, a MIG welder, and a TIG welder all in one convenient package that is super portable. It only weighs 56 pounds. You can carry this all over your shop. You can drag it to your friend's house. It doesn't matter what you've got to build on your car. This machine is capable of making it happen because it'll weld material up to 3/8 of an inch thick in MIG and stick mode, whether it's aluminum or steel. And if you're TIG welding, 1/4 inch material, no problem. It also is super easy to set up. It doesn't matter if you have 120 volt or 240 volt AC power in your garage. Swap the plug on the end of the cord, plug it in the wall. The machine knows what power you're giving it. It compensates internally, no additional wiring. And thanks to Quick Tech technology, everything stays plugged in. This MDX MIG gun, the TIG torch, the ground cable, all of it stays plugged into the machine, and as soon as you pull the trigger or step on the foot pedal, the 220 AC/DC changes the polarity internally, compensates for you and turns you into a competent welder. It's just that simple. And when you're ready to switch, let's say from TIG welding steel to TIG welding aluminum, you just push the arrow on the front panel there. The machine is going to switch processes, it's going to switch polarity, and you're ready to weld again. We also have AutoSet Elite on board, another cool feature where you choose the material thickness right here. It sets the amperage and voltage for you. You're a competent welder immediately. You're not chasing your tail trying to figure out how to set the machine up. And once you get really good at welding, you can use this knob right here to tweak the settings to your personal preference. This thing rules, and I'm going to use it right now on my fuel cell. Look at that. We've got a fuel cell again. It's actually looking pretty good. Right about now, we're going to put our new fuel pump in. We had to toss the old one because it was not going to supply enough fuel for our supercharged, direct injected, 650 horsepower Chevrolet Performance LT4. No, the pump that used to be in this tank was for a carbureted LS2. We did, however, reuse our fuel sending unit, so saved a few bucks there, which is kind of nice. The new one is kind of special because these are designed as direct replacements for the cap of a fuel cell you might already have. This one has a 12-bolt flange. They also come in 6-bolt flanges. This will, no joke, drop right into the top of a fuel cell and replace the cap that's already on there and give you a place to put your gas in again. All right, it's got this nifty O-ring built aluminum cap, but also will give you the option of a single 255 liter per hour or twin pumps that pump out 450 liters per hour. Excuse the noise upstairs. This will support up to 2,200 carbureted horsepower or 1,750 EFI horsepower, or a little less than that if you're supercharged. These work for gas or E85. Installation is super simple. Drill the bolt pattern into the top of your tank. Then there's a metal framework right here. It's just a flange that zip ties into 2 additional holes there. So it sits right there. This flange is drilled and tapped, right? So you pop your gasket on top here, slip your pump in, and then you can bolt this flange directly into the top of your tank, even if it's a thin plastic top or a thin aluminum one, whatever it is. You now have a flange on the inside that just pops in there, giving you threaded holes for you to bolt this thing onto. After that, it's just O-ring fittings, -8, -10 out the top, 4 wires, power, ground, 1 of each for each pump, and it's ready to go. The other nice thing about this setup is whether you have a 7.5-inch deep fuel cell or a 12-inch deep fuel cell, you can adjust this right here when your kids aren't yelling down the stairs and install it into your fuel cell. So, yeah, it's very flexible. Like me, I can work when the kids are yelling. Sure.
Dad, is Mom down here?
No, she's not. Bye. There we go. Pop that in the truck, wire up a couple of relays. We're good to go. And now let's get to the part you really care about. How can you get a shot at winning this stuff? I'll tell you. First thing I need you to do, please support the companies that support this channel. Head on over to Miller Welders' YouTube page and hit the subscribe button for me. Then I want you to watch 4 episodes of Finnegan's Garage, because all of the questions that can earn you this stuff come directly from episodes 9, 49, 65, and 86. Watch those episodes, and then on May 8th at 8 p.m., Newbern and I are going live right here on Finnegan's Garage. And we're going to have a trivia contest about those specific episodes and some other episodes that can win you Finnegan Speed and Marine swag. But all of the stuff you need to really care about to win this stuff is episodes 9, 49, 65, and 86. During the live stream, I'll give you a heads up. I'll tell you, I'm about to ask you a question that could win you an auto-darkening helmet or some fabricator gloves or, holy cow, a Miller Multimatic 220 AC/DC. And when I ask that question, the first person to type their answer into the comment box is going to win that item, and Miller Welders will ship it directly to you. No time wasted. That way, if we're all still stuck home during this quarantine, you're going to have some cool stuff to work on your hot rod and your garage. Alright? Just that simple. I'll see you next Friday.